Namaste. Come to a comfortable seated position. Consider closing your eyes for a few moments. Notice what you can do to make your torso a little bit longer. Focus on your breath, just feeling your inhalations and exhalations. Offer yourself this time as a way to retreat away from your regular activities, as a time that you can dedicate to exploring the connections between your breath, your body, your mind. Consider bringing a gentle smile to your face. Open your eyes as we get ready to do some movements. Please keep in mind that one possible objective of yoga is to help you enhance the quality of your movements, massaging your body through your movements to enhance circulation, to release tension, so that you can improve the quality of your participation in your own life. So there is no need to strain, to struggle, or to force anything. Do what you can do comfortably. That is enough. That is plenty. As you are ready, find your way up to standing. Here, grip the floor with your toes a little bit. Squeeze in with your heels. The feet don't move, but you press in a little bit. Have a slight bend at your knees. Bring the palms of your hands together. Feel both legs slightly active. Lengthen your torso up. From here, roll your shoulders in, forearms in, thumb and index fingers touch, palms of the hands reach back so that your hands are lengthening. You're lengthening at the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers. Then bring your breastbone and collarbones up, roll the shoulders in the opposite direction, forearms roll away, fingertips point back. Notice how that feels. Even weight on both legs, rotate the forearms, fingertips point up. Try to feel as if your tailbone is reaching down and the crown of your head is lifting up. You can bend your knees more if that makes sense. Observing, feeling, breathing. And from there, bring the palms of your hands together. Press down with your armpits. Press in with the palms of the hands against each other. Feel your torso long. Your front ribs are a little bit in. Your torso is lengthening, and then feel the torso long on one side, lengthen the opposite side from the waist, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. You can put more weight on the leg that you're moving away from. If that feels like it adds to a nice lengthening on that side without collapsing the other side. Shift your weight to even on both legs. And then lengthen the torso and start lengthening the other side of the waist, the lower ribs, the mid ribs, the upper ribs. If you wish, shift your weight more to the leg, away from where you are moving, so that your torso is lengthening a little bit more, including the pelvis, only if that feels nice. Then when you are ready, shift your weight to be even on both sides. Lengthen from the side of the waist that is shortened. Lower ribs and mid ribs. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. Here, try this idea. You bring your one leg forward a little bit. Bring the foot, the ball of the foot, just the toes to touch the floor. Press forward with that hip, lengthen the torso up, and then from your navel start turning toward the side where the knee is in front. Turn from the lower ribs, from the breastbone, from the collarbones, from the shoulders, from the neck and the head. Notice the sensations. If this feels nice, you could make the front foot lighter, that's optional. Lose your smile, stay with nice, easeful breath. And then from your navel, start returning. Lower ribs, breastbone, shoulders, neck, and head. From there, bring the front foot to match the other foot. Shift your weight. Grip the toes, bend the knee of that weight-bearing leg now. Bring the opposite foot forward. It can be the whole foot on the floor, just the ball of the foot, the toes. Press the hip forward on that side where the knee is in front. Torso is long from the navel. Turn in the direction of that thigh that is in front. Lower ribs turn, breastbone turns, collarbones turn, shoulders turn, neck turns, head turns. Notice the effect of doing these movements that are sequential, asking the spine to move almost one vertebra at a time. Again, here it is optional to float the front leg only if that can be done without any discomfort or struggle. And when you are ready, keeping your torso tall, from the navel, start returning gradually. Bring the front foot to match the other foot. Take a moment here to notice the effects of the previous actions. And then when you are ready, shift your weight to one leg. Grip with the toes of that leg. Bend the knee a little bit. Feel your torso lengthening up. Separate the palms of the hands so that just the fingertips are touching. And there, start bringing the opposite leg gradually back. You can keep touching the floor with the free leg as you bring that leg as far back as you can. Then bring more and more weight to that leg. Keep the back heel lifted. And feel that hip bone tilting up a little bit. Torso is long. From here, feel the length of the torso. Front ribs press back, widen the shoulder blades, chin toward your throat. Notice the sensations. The front leg pushes the floor forward, the back leg pushes the floor back. You're asking your spine to round. From the navel, start lengthening the torso up, lower ribs come up, staying a little bit in, breastbone lifting up, collarbones lift up. From there, you could continue lifting the breastbone up. Notice that your shoulders are not tense. The throat can move forward, the chin can lift up a little bit. Notice the sensations. Still, the front leg is pushing the floor forward, the back leg is pushing the floor back. Smile on your face. And lengthen from the navel, your torso up toward neutral. From there, shift more and more weight to the front leg and slowly bring the back leg to match the front. Take a moment there. Easy breath. Shift your weight to the other leg now. Grip your toes. Flex the knee a little bit. Feel your torso lengthening up. And here, take the opposite leg and bring it back. As far as feels comfortable with no struggle, bring the toes to touch. All of the foot comes to touch the floor. Keep that heel a little bit lifted. Again, the hip on that side where the leg is back, that hip tries to lift a little bit. Notice the sensations, the torso is tall. And then try to bring your front ribs back, widen your shoulder blades, chin toward your throat. Notice the sensations. The front foot is pushing the floor forward. The back foot is pushing the floor back. Feel the sensations. Notice that the pelvis is not moving much, it's staying in place. From the navel, start lengthening the torso from breastbone up, collarbones up, throat forward, chin up. Try to lift up a little bit more so that you're lengthening the front of the torso without collapsing the lower back, the mid back, or the back of your neck. Try to keep even weight on both legs. Feeling and breathing. From the navel, start bringing your torso up. There. With as much control as you can, shift more and more weight to the front leg and bring that back leg to match the front leg. Release your arms, close your eyes, take a moment, notice the sensations in your body. As you are ready, open your eyes. So here, we try this idea. Standing, bring more weight to one leg, grip the toes, bend the knee a little bit, bring the opposite leg back as best as you can, land as softly as it is possible. Have the toes and the ball of the foot of the back leg pressing down and pushing the floor back. The front leg pushes the floor forward. Here, feel the torso lengthening up. Front ribs stay in. Now, see what happens if your hip on the hip bone on the side where the leg is back tries to lift up a little bit. Then try to lengthen the waist. Then the lower ribs on that side where you're lengthening, where the leg is back. Lengthen the mid rib cage, the upper rib cage. Observe the sensations. Don't let the opposite side collapse. It is still supported. Feel what is happening on that side where the leg is back and the torso is lengthening. Keep a smile on your face. And start now lengthening the side of the torso that is shortened, starting at the waist, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. From there, shift your weight to the front leg, step forward as slightly and slowly as you can. Land softly. Shift your weight to that leg that just landed. Grip the floor with your toes, bend the knee a little bit, step back with the other leg. The toes can continue touching the floor if that makes things easier. When the ball of the foot touches the floor lightly, push the floor back with the back leg, forward with the front leg. The hip bone lifts up on this side where the leg is back. Feel your torso long. And start lengthening the side of the waist, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Feel the sensations. Notice how this might be different on this side. Just exploring what is the natural range of movement in this position. As you are ready, start lengthening from the waist, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs until your torso feels even. Shift your weight to the front leg again. And there, step forward. Land softly. Release your hands. Take a moment there. Notice the sensations. From there, bring the palms of your hands together. Shift your weight to one leg. Grip the toes, bend the knee a little bit, and take the opposite leg back. How far? As far as you can take it with control. Push the floor back with the back leg. Push the floor forward with the front leg. Here, cross your arms over your chest. One hand to the opposite shoulder, then the other. Feel your torso long. Try to keep the front ribs a little bit in. Don't let them collapse forward. Notice that if the shoulder blades are sliding up, you can press down with your armpits a little bit so that your neck feels spacious. So front leg pushing forward, back leg pushing back. Just a little bit, mildly. Smile. From your navel, not the pelvis, but from the navel, turn opposite the leg that is reaching back. Turn from the navel, lower ribs, mid ribs, breastbone, shoulders, neck, and head. We're trying as best as we can to keep the pelvis where it is. Feel the sensations, making this action about the spine. Observing and breathing, and when you return, start the movement from your navel again, slowly, gradually, easy. Release your arms. Shift your weight to that front leg. Bring the arms alongside the torso and start tilting from the pelvis now a little bit forward. Notice how this feels. There is no unnecessary tension anywhere. And try to bring the back leg toward the front. Land softly. Notice the effects of those actions. Then we'll try the other side. I'll come to this position so that you can see this posture from this perspective. So start with the palms of the hands together. Shift your weight to the other leg. Grip the toes, bend the knee. Bring the opposite leg back as far as you can with control. Land softly. Push the floor back with the back leg. Forward with the front leg. Hip tries to lift up a little bit on that leg where the leg is back. Here, cross one arm over your chest, other arm over the other arm. Lengthen the torso up, front ribs stay in, armpits press gently down. Feel the balance. From the navel, start turning. Turn from the lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Turn from the neck. Turn from your head. Easeful. Feel what is happening. Nothing feels collapsed, but nothing feels strained. Observing, breathing, making this as enjoyable as possible. When you are ready, from the navel, slowly start returning. Like we're trying to get better and better at moving the spine sequentially until you return to center. Bring your arms alongside the torso. Now, feel like your arms press down a little bit. Torso, arms, and the leg in the back feel like a unit. Tilt forward from the hips. Notice how this feels. Shift more and more weight to the front leg. And as best as you can, bring the back leg forward. If the toes need to touch the floor throughout the movement, do. Land softly. And there, take a moment, close your eyes, feel the sensations. Nice, even breath. As you feel, focus on feeling, no unnecessary commentary. Instead, tuning into the aliveness in your whole being. When you are ready, open your eyes. And we can try this simple idea. Separate your feet a little wider. Open your toes a little bit away from each other. Squeeze forward with the heels, back with the balls of your feet. Bring the fingertips to touch in front. So you will start keeping those actions of the heels pressing forward, balls of the feet pressing back. That brings some firmness to the legs. You start bending your knees, pressing forward with your sit bones, pressing back with your knees. Lowering evenly and without any unnecessary effort, no strain. Making sure there is no discomfort in your knees at all. There is no discomfort anywhere. Just do what is possible. Observing the sensations. Feeling what is happening. And one more time, stay wherever you can stay. Check if there really is even weight on both legs. Find your way up. And as best as you can, find your way down to lying down on your back. Knees are bent. Rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your rib cage. At first, just notice your natural breath. Notice if there might be movement in the abdominal area, in the rib cage, in the collarbone area. And try to make your breath longer a little bit. And count how long is your inhalation and how long is your exhalation. Don't think it has to be a certain number. If there is a difference between the length of the inhalation and the length of your exhalation, consider adjusting whatever you need so that your inhalation and exhalation are even. Breathing through your nose if that is possible. Could you make your inhalations and exhalations slightly longer? So if the count now is 4, can you make the inhalations and exhalations 5? Making sure nothing feels strained, nothing is forced. Would it be possible to make your inhalations and exhalations slightly longer again? So if the count is 5, then can you make it 6? Still with nothing abrupt, nothing forced. Notice where your inhalations begin, what moves first when you start inhaling, what moves last. Same with the exhalations. If it seems that your inhalations begin in the lower abdomen and continue into the rib cage, can you inhale starting with movement in the rib cage and continuing in the abdominal area? Same with the exhalation. Can you reverse the order of the movement without causing any strain? Is that possible? Trying to shift the direction of the movement of your breath may feel unusual. Be okay with that as you explore, as long as that does not create any strain. And slowly move your legs down to the floor, arms down to the floor, coming into a position that feels as comfortable as possible for you. Keep your eyes closed. Let go of any control over your breath. Notice any sounds or noises without having to create stories about them. Just noticing. Let your body settle. And notice your breath. Notice your natural breath and notice how short, efficient, and effortless it is. And change your breath. Just notice your natural breath. Let it be very soft and relaxed. Let it be however it is. You can remain here for as long as you wish.